Good morning, guys. My name is Peter McMahon. I'm going to be teaching you guys the next lesson in our calculus course, which we call the product rule. Okay. So, guys, this is 31 AP or just regular math 31 or whatever calculus course you guys are doing, guys. So, it's just the same rule all the time. I teach it the exact same way. So, we're going to teach what we call the product rule. So, the product rule is when we're dealing with functions like this, okay, where we have f of x times g of x, and we need to figure out the derivative, okay? Now, unfortunately, guys, a derivative does not equal f prime of x times g prime of x. Okay, it just does not work like that. This is a not equal over here. Okay, it would be very easy if it was. Unfortunately, it just does not work that way. So the way we have over here is here's what the product rule is. Okay, so guys, this has not been proven to you guys. Okay, I'm just kind of showing you what it is, guys. This will be a proof I show in class like that. It's in your textbook as well, so feel free to read up on that if you want, guys. I'm just going to show you how this one works. So this is what I call, because for when I took this course for the first time, we had to have all these formulas memorized. It was not on a formula sheet for us. And so I need to kind of just figure out a few ways to memorize this one. You guys will have a formula sheet. Okay, but it's just I think you will have this one memorized probably hopefully by the end of today when you learn this lesson. So when I'm doing this one, I just call this the first function and this is the second function. Okay, so here's the way I memorize the product rule. Our derivative is first second prime plus second first prime. All right, so what this means is the first function stays the same. The second function prime, this means the derivative of the second, plus second first prime. The second function stays the same, g of x, times derivative of the first function over here. Okay. So example one, we want to be able to differentiate this guy over here. Okay, so this is a case where we have x squared minus 4x times x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay. Now, guys, just want to kind of start this section with a disclaimer over here. The goal of today's lesson is to learn how to use the product rule. Okay, it's not to get the answer in the most efficient way, because I think the most efficient way would be to expand this guy out. So multiply x squared minus 4x times x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 1. Get a long polynomial function there, and then take the derivative of each part individually using the power rule that we learned in our previous lesson. Okay. But the goal is eventually, guys, the questions are going to get more complex that you have to use a product rule. You can't expand it. Okay, so the goal for today is to learn the product rule and see how that works. So f prime of x equals first second prime. Okay, I'm just going to write this out again here. F of x times g of x. That means our derivative is first second prime plus second first prime, like this. Okay, first second prime, x squared minus 4x. Second prime is 3x squared plus 14x plus 2. Derivative of 1 just goes to 0. Here's first second prime plus second first prime. So x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 1 times first prime is 2x minus 4. Okay. Now, guys, so this is where we're going to stop this question. This is definitely not simplified. You'd have to kind of expand everything out and then collect all your like terms. It'd be a lot of work, okay? But we're not going to do that for this question over here, guys. The purpose is to learn the product rule, so we're going to stop here and we're just going to move on to the next one. All right, similar idea here. I'm just going to write out my product rule again. And guys, you do not need to do this every time, but first second prime plus second first prime. Okay, now we have y equals x to the 1/2, x squared minus 4x plus 2. Okay, I'm just going to convert the square root like this. Now, again, guys, most efficient way would be expand this through. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're just going to follow our product rule. First second prime, x 1/2 times 2x minus 4. There's first second prime plus second first prime. Okay, so again, guys, we're going to stop here. We're just stop over here, and we're going to just leave this over here, guys. When we learn the chain rule, which is our next lesson, or not our next lesson, we're going to do the quotient rule first, and then the chain rule. Okay, that's going to be a little more in depth, guys, on how we have to do those ones. But we're just going to stop this question right over here. Hope this makes sense. Okay. So this last question over here, guys, is product rule, but we have 3 functions. Okay, so there's a first, second, and a third. Okay, so how's that one going to work? Here's the way we're going to do this one. I'm going to go and call f of x my first, and these 2 functions together my second. Okay, so that would be first second prime would be f of x times g of x, h of x, and the whole thing is derived like this. We're going to come back to this in a second. Plus second first prime. That's g of x, h of x. First prime would be f prime of x. Okay. Now what are we going to do for this guy again? Well, this is just g of x, h of x, a product of those two, and we have to take the derivative of this guy like this. So this is going to be y equals f of x. I'm going to put a big set of brackets here. Now let's take the derivative of g of x times h of x. Well, this is going to be first second prime, g of x times h prime of x, plus second first prime, like this, okay, plus g of x, h of x, f prime of x. And now I'm just going to multiply this through the brackets. So guys, that was y prime equals f of x, g prime, f of x, g of x, h prime of x, plus f of x, I'm just going to rewrite this as well, I'm going to go g prime of x, then h of x, plus, I'm just going to write this guy first, f prime of x, g of x, h of x, like that. All right, guys, I hope that this is fairly clear and like that. So guys, this kind of concludes the the pre-course review for 31 AP, guys. If you guys are in regular math 31, just go for it. You'll be learning these lessons individually right now. And we'll review this stuff a bit more in class, guys. And please shoot me a message if you have any more questions.